Here you can see the wires all nice and tidy. Here's the view from the other side. All nice and tidy. These wires are not bent too much. This one's a little better than this one. I can still fix that next weekend, but as it is, it's not looking bad. I'm going to put some more decor around the cable here now that it's set in place and it's not going to move anymore. I changed the angle of the wires coming out a little bit and it looks a lot better and they're nice and straight. So I decided to do a little extra work for myself. I don't have the 6-gauge wire that I need to connect the fuse box to the battery, so I haven't been able to connect my fantastic vent to all the goody power that I have. I see all this power now. I have all this. It's really exciting, but I can't use it. So I just went to the auto parts store and I got some temporary wire, some 14-gauge wire, and I'm going to use the 14-gauge wire since all I'm going to be connecting is the fantastic vent. And then as soon as I get my 6-gauge wire, then that's what I'm be using for this. So I'm going to start installing this stuff because tomorrow it's supposed to be 90 some degrees and humid, so I want to have my fan set on thermostat while I'm working. I'll probably set it to 80 and I'll leave the other vents closed and I'll just let this one run and remove the hot air from the van. And this way I'll have plenty of power at night. I can have it running faster than I usually do because I'm always afraid to run out of juice. Right now I have 36% on this horrible battery here, and there's no need for that because I have all this power. So now we finished tightening it by hand. We want this tight but not too tight. I don't want to strip the thread on the wood. Not that the wood has any thread, but you know what I mean. Nice and strong. And do I have power? The light is on. You see the little red light? Now let's see if it works. Oh yeah. Oh, very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, so I think I spoke too soon, and I think I might have blown a fuse. Maybe. This is only a 3 amp. I wasn't sure. I looked to see what size amperage I needed, and I couldn't really find it for the fantastic vent. So it's a low amperage. So I tried a 3 amp. That didn't work. So we'll try a 5 amp and see how that works. I don't know what to say. All I know is that that's the sweet sound of independence. I have independence. I have power independence. That's the first thing to run off of my batteries. It's just amazing. And that's being powered by the sun. I'm ecstatic. I'm very happy. I don't know what to say. I am so happy. The system seems to be working. I gotta change a couple cables. I have to redo the 14 gauge wire that's going to the fuse box, and I have to replace that with 6 gauge wire that I ordered, and it should be arriving today, but I won't be able to do anything until the weekend. So I'm going to replace that. Then I have to replace that cable connecting the 2 batteries that I did a boo-boo on. And I'm done. Then I just gotta get some 12 volt lights, and then when I can afford one, I'm gonna get a cooler right over here. So I can't wait to have my own cooler, refrigerator, I should say. I'm happy. It works. So today I installed the 6-gauge wire from the battery to the fuse box over here. I got the positive. I still have to put something over here to hold that. I don't have enough of these clamps the right size, so I have to buy a couple more. But so I have the positive coming on the bottom, negative on top. They're both running right here. I had to drill another hole and put another pipe in there so that the cables are nice and protected in here, and I can still have use of that shelf there for some stuff, but at least the cables will be protected. The reason I didn't put another pipe on this side was because I didn't want to drill so close to this edge. I know that this would split, and had I planned on doing this beforehand, before I installed this charge controller, I would have had more room over here to probably put 3 pipes. But anyway, that's fine the way it is. And then going down to the battery over here, you can see I replaced the cable that I made a boo-boo on. So there's a new cable. That's the cable next, and with the cable there is the heat sensor going into the charge controller, the heat sensor for the batteries. And over here got the positive cable from the other battery on this post, and I have 2 of these 6-gauge wires. This one here is going to the charge controller, and then the other one, see if I can see it right here, this other one goes to the fuse box. And then we got the negative right there, same thing. This one goes to the fuse box. This one here goes to the charge controller, and on that side I have nothing except just the 1 gauge, 0-1 gauge or 1-0 gauge going into this terminal right here. So that's the system all set up, and I just have to get some lights, and then everything that I'm going to get, I'm going to obviously connect to the fuse box. I got this 10-gauge wire that I'm going to use throughout. I have shrimp wrap on all these connectors. Okay, and looks like the solar installation is almost done. Did I mention how happy I am to have blown a fuse? I'm so happy to have blown a fuse, because that means I have power, and I blew a fuse with my own power. Oh, that's so funny. So cool.